get cozy, everybody, because they will continue on playing Never 70 End of Infinity. Why is it not where? There you go. Where were we? Gosh, so many save files. Time travel. You don't even need to use Einstein's theory of relativity to tell that something like that could never happen in real life. But it's also a fact that there's actually been strange phenomena that have been frequently occurring over the past 5 days that can't be chalked up to simple coincidences. The premonitions, the bell, the shrine, and that dream. If Yuka's theory is correct, then all of those can be completely explained. But something's bugging me. Is it because this absurd, surreal story doesn't feel like it's reality? No, that's wrong. Rather than that, the story's realism and stuff like that, it's the uncomfortable feeling that Yuka's words have left me with. Somewhere in them, there's something strange and inconsistent about them. It's that kind of feeling. Huh? Now that I think about it, did Yuka say something strange at the coastline road this morning? And on that morning when I went into your room, you didn't seem to know any of it. Because of that, I really thought it was just a dream at that time. Why? Why do I feel a sense of discomfort from those words? Just what is hidden in those words? And at that time, the door suddenly opens. I quickly get out of bed. What's wrong, Haruka? I say that, but Haruka's expression is peaceful. You forgot this. Haruka gently opens the palm of her hand. It is a small white paper bag. Huh? This afternoon I met with Kurumi. She wanted me to give this to you. Oh, thanks. As I say this, I take the paper bag from her. Well then, good night. Haruka leaves the room. The paper bag is in my hands. Now that I think about it, at Luna Beach, Kurumi said, "Do you want something good?" just before we left. Is that something good? But couldn't Haruka have at least knocked? Bursting in here so suddenly. What if I was, scratching my balls? Yeah. In that instant, I recall a vivid scene in my mind. What's going on? Why? That's it. That's why I've been feeling that sense of discomfort. On the morning of the first, Yuka burst into my room. That's the cause of the inconsistency. When I thrust the paper bag in my pocket, I began to pace around the room. Thus far, Yuka and I have been put in surprisingly similar circumstances, had more or less the same thoughts, and acted similarly. If we assume Yuka's story is true, then it's because we have experienced the same history. However, there was just one time where Yuka and I took completely different actions, right? On the morning of the first, you came into my room, but I never thought about trying to go to Yuka's room. That's right, this is it. There's a contradiction here. First of all, why didn't I go to Yuka's room? I tried to come up with an answer. When I woke up that morning, I thought that dream was just a dream. Not reality, just a dream. But for argument's sake, even if I thought it was reality, I still would never thought of trying to go to Yuka's room. That's because I didn't know who the person in my dream was. However, Yuka came to my room. Why? Of course, because I was in Yuka's dream. When she woke up that morning, Yuka probably thought the dream was reality. Since I prayed in her dream, she headed straight for my room. She headed straight for me. But I was calm and the same as always. There was nothing strange about me at all. And that's when Yuka reached to the point where she began to think it was just a dream. Wait a minute. I was in Yuka's dream? Me? Then what? Then what Yuka saw on that morning? Was me on the verge of death? No, that's impossible. What I saw in my dream was definitely someone other than me. There's no way I could have been able to see myself. Which means, was it the other way around? The one who died was Yuka and she saw me, as such was on the brink of death. No, that's also wrong. You also said so in the coastline road. How could I, saying something as so as dreary like I had a dream or someone died? I had a dream or someone died. Someone. If she herself had died, then she definitely wouldn't have described it that way. If that's the case, what does it mean? First of all, I can't think of something. We actually had different names, dreams. We both saw the bell. That says it all. Then what is it? I see. That's it. It's so simple. Really? I didn't get shit. Really? I didn't get anything. In other words, you and I witnessed it together the moment that someone died. Let's say for argument's sake, first I witnessed that moment and next Yuka, who was following behind me, witnessed it. I didn't realize that Yuka was behind me, but in front of Yuka was me and that dead person. But if I think of it that way, it's possible to explain everything. I sigh deeply. Before I know it, that feeling of a foreign object lying in my mind bugging me has disappeared without a trace. But that doesn't mean I'm happy. That's because by deriving the solution, I've gotten rid of the contradiction. This means that the credibility of Yuka's story has considerably increased. Death. Is someone really going to die? And if so, who will it be?
あの灯台の下で好きな異性に告白すると恋が実るって言われてるの。
If a man and woman confess their feelings for each other under that lighthouse, it's said that their affection will bear fruit.
くるみの中ではお兄ちゃんが一番お兄ちゃんっぽい人なの。わかった？
Yeah, to Kurumi, Anishan is the most big brother-like person she has. Got it.
だけど生きてることも日々偶然みたいなものだからね。
But the fact that I'm alive is also due to chance.
じゃあキスして。
Then let's kiss. I furiously punch the door. I won't let that happen. I'll prevent it at all costs. Okuhiko can go die though. We don't see any Okuhiko. I won't let anyone die. The bell. Yuka said she threw that bell into the ocean from Viewpoint Park. Right now, that's my sole comfort. That bell is at the bottom of the ocean. On top of that, if Yuka and I don't go to that shrine, the event in that dream will never come true. It's alright. There's nothing to worry about. Nothing at all. I tell myself this. I throw myself under the bed again and turn face up. I look at my watch. It's exactly midnight. I casually turn my gaze towards the door. There are clear remnants of the punch mark I made on the door. I look at the watch on my left wrist one more time. The date is April 6. Here we go. April 6, Saturday. I realize that the rain has been pelting the window of my room without my noticing it. It's a terrible downpour. The sound of rain irritates me for some reason. How long will it be until the night ends? I anxiously await the sunrise. Feeling the urge to move, I jump off the bed. I open the bed door and enter the living room. I want to check the eastern skies. When I approach the window, I hear the cuckoo clock 5 times in a row. As the bird chirps, I look out the window to find that the whole sky is gray. Daybreak is near. Knowing that makes me feel a little relieved. That faint relief makes me feel drowsy. I haven't gotten a wink of sleep at all tonight. Now I might be able to do so. I'll go back to my room and try again. I briskly walk back in front of my room. I suddenly notice it. The door to Yuka's bedroom, which is right next to mine, is slightly ajar. I quietly open it. She's not here. Yuka isn't here. Her bed is completely empty. There's a notepad on top of a white table near the window.
Makoto e.
Dear Makoto.
ごめんなさい。私、あそこへ行きます。
I'm sorry, I'm going there.
私にはどうしても行かなければならない理由があるの。だけど、絶対に追いかけてこないで。
I have a reason that means I have to go there no matter what, but you mustn't come after me.
誠ならわかるでしょ？誠まであそこに行ったら、結局同じことの繰り返しになってしまう。
If it's you, you'll understand, right? If you go there, the same thing will happen again in the end.
歴史はきっと変わらない。
History definitely won't change.
あのテニスの時の賭け、覚えてるよね？
That bet we made at tennis, remember it?
私が勝ったら、何でも言うことを聞くこと。
Since I won, you have to do any one thing I say.
その権利、今ここで使わせてもらうよ。
Since I have that right, I'm going to use it now, okay?
だから、ね、お願い。絶対に追いかけてこないで。
That's right, okay? Please, you mustn't come after me.
優香先生の恋愛方程式その3。約束は絶対守ること。
Third law of Professor Yuka's love formula. Promises must be kept. You think words on a paper will stop me?
優香。
Yuka. I guess laws are written on a paper, but yeah, which stops people from doing such things that are deemed illegal or a crime. But so I guess yes, you can stop people with a piece of paper. I rush out of the lodge. I run through the furious rain disregarding my surroundings. If I go there, won't history repeat itself? But I instantly deny that. I won't falter. There is a possibility that Yuka might not have arrived at the shrine yet. I've got to stop Yuka by any means necessary before she gets there. Why, Yuka? I'll never come here again either. You said that, didn't you? Then why? Today, in other words, the sex. Even though you said a dream might have occurred in that shrine, what's so important that you have to put your life at risk and go there? As I run, I once again remember that scene. It can't be. It can't be that. It was Yuka. Yuka said that she had a dream or someone died. What if that was a lie? She said she threw the bell away at Viewpoint Park. What if that was also a lie? Before long, I finally arrive at the shrine staircase. But Yuka isn't here either. Damn. I click my tongue in frustration. Click. So Yuka's already arrived at the shrine. I put all my strength into running up this staircase. The rain pours down the roof of the shrine, which is surrounded by white fog. I look for Yuka. She's nowhere to be seen or found. Have you tried going inside? Is she inside? I run over to the front of the shrine. But when I get there, I am once again seized with discord. No, not Discord server. Should I go in? Should I stop here? If I go in, won't I just repeat history? But even if I stop now, and I abide by Yuka's somewhat questionable words, there's no guarantee that this tragedy won't happen. You're kind. Yuka said that under the tempest of stardust, my chest grows hot like it's burning. Definitely keep your promises. That's right. There's no way I'm going to break my promise. I made a vow to that starry sky. I will definitely protect Yuka. No, but this isn't anything like a sense of duty. This is a much larger instinctive impulse than that. It's just, I don't want to lose Yuka. I kick off the ground with all my strength and burst into the shrine. However, Yuka isn't here either. She's not here, but I spot something different almost instantly. Light. Light from the outside is shining from behind the building, modeled after a small Shinto shrine. I run towards the side of the building. The rotting floor creaks loudly beneath my feet as if it were about to break. I notice that there's a wide space between the shrine's wall and the back of the building. Hidden behind the building is a small hole in the shrine's wall that I wasn't previously aware of. It's a square hole that's big enough to let a single person through it. No doubt this hole was what caused the draft I felt 2 days ago. I bent over and slipped through the small hole. Yuka! I immediately shout. Yuka's leaning against the wall of the shrine, gazing up towards the dull, muddy gray ocean. So you came here after all. Yuka says this without looking at me. Why? Why, Yuka? You broke a promise, huh? Even though you made that promise to do any one thing I said. You're a fine one to talk, aren't you? Why did you come here? You knew how dangerous it was. Yuka doesn't respond. She doesn't even show a single sign that she'll answer. The pillars of the shrine occasionally creak as a sea breeze blows against them. I look down at my feet. I realize we're now on the very tip of the cape. The edge of the cliff is so narrow that there is barely enough room for one person to stand on it. The entire height from the top to the bottom of the cliff is almost as large as a skyscraper. Wow! It's a long way down. At the very bottom, I see the waves crashing against the bare rock of the cliff, sheets of water shooting up. I cling to the back of the wall of the fragile shrine that's on the verge of collapsing. I observe that along with the back wall, the long eaves sticking out of the shrine completely conceal and isolate this area. In other words, the edge of the cliff is so shrewdly hidden that most would have been oblivious to its existence. In other words, the only way to get back to the other side of the shrine is to pass through that small square exit. We're really idiots, aren't we? Yuka suddenly mutters this. In the end, it was just a superstition. It's just as you said. But perhaps in the past it might not have been a superstition. As she says this, Yuka kicks a pebble at her feet. The small pebble rolls off the cliff and disappears. I realized it last night. The spring rain at the end of the cape, together with the echoing bell, will free you from time. Oh wait, So you're planning to jump off the cliff while holding the bell to free you from this time loop? God damn.
その岬の果てっていうのが神社の裏。つまりここのことを指してるんじゃないかなって。
That at the end of the cape part, it's talking about behind the stride. In other words, I thought it was referring to here. Wait a minute, Yuka. So the reason you came here was...
そう。
Yeah, that's right.
どうしても過去に戻りたかったから。
I wanted to go back to the past no matter what. Why?
だけどね、岬の果てはもうなくなっちゃったみたい。
But you know what? It seems that the end of the cape is already gone. Yuka's clearly dodging the question.
昔はこの先にもう少しだけ岬が続いてたんだよ、きっと。
In the past, the tip of this cape was definitely just a bit longer.
でも長い歳月の間に岬の先端は波に侵食され、海の中へと崩れ落ちてしまった。
But over a long period of time, the tip of the cape was slowly eroded by the waves until it tumbled into the sea.
だからあの話がたとえ迷信じゃなかったとしても、
That's why even if that story wasn't a superstition now,
もう誰も過去になんか戻れないんだよ。
no one can go back to the past anymore. Yuka kicks another pebble. She wanted to go back to the past. What was she planning to do there? I can't think of any plausible reason, but I'm glad she's safe. Seeing Yuka smile gives me a feeling of relief. The sky is covered in black rain clouds, but they get brighter and brighter in proportion to the passing time. I look at my watch. 5:32 a.m. If only these rain clouds weren't here, we'd be able to see the bright red sun rise from the horizon. Well, we don't have that kind of luxury. Anyway, nothing's happened. That's good enough. The instant I sigh in relief, a sudden chill assaults me. I ran through this downpour without an umbrella. It's only natural that I'm cold. In an attempt to warm up my body a little, I casually put my hands in my pockets. I feel my fingertips brush against what feels like paper. I pull whatever it is out of my pocket. A paper bag? Right, it's the paper bag Haruka gave me. I'd put it away in my pocket. Do you want something good? In here must be that something good Kurumi was talking about. I tear the paper bag open and take out what was inside it. There's two things, a pure white lump of cotton and a scrap of paper. I check the scrap of paper first. It seems to be a short letter. I read it. Dear Nichan, Kurumi found this in the afternoon on Moon Beach. It's very pretty, so she'll give it to you. From Kurumi. She found this lump of cotton? Oh, when I feel it carefully, I can tell the cotton's wrapping up something. I carefully begin to tear off the layers of cotton. A shudder runs through me. I immediately look away and close my palm into a fist. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible. The blood rushing throughout my body starts boiling.
どうして誠が。
Why? Why do you? Yuka's face has gone pale as if she's a wax model. Yuka saw it. The thing in my palm. The bell. Immediately after that, Yuka's arm becomes as stiff as a pole as she suddenly reaches out in front of me. She slowly opens her trembling palm. I can't breathe. I can't even speak. My spine is as stiff as iron.
どういうこと？
What's the meaning of this?
なんで鈴が2つも？
Why are there two bells? Yuka, it takes everything I've got to say that word. Yuka, you said you threw it away, didn't you?
だって。
But, were you lying? Yuka nods, her body trembling.
それより誠が今持ってる鈴は？
But more importantly, Makoto, where did that bell you have now come from? I don't know. I don't know. I shake my head countless times. I finally regain the ability to think calmly. There's no time for a leisurely conversation. We've got more dire things to worry about right now. Anyway, let's get out of here right away. We can talk later. Grab Yuka's arm with my free hand.
鈴は？
The bell? Yuka says this. That's right. First, I've got to get rid of this bell. The fact that I didn't realize such a basic thing proves how much of a panic my mind is in. I immediately take out the bell and prepare to cast it into the ocean. But at that instant, An earthquake! Crash. My ears are pierced by a roaring sound coming from behind me. I turn around. Rumble, rumble. Once again, I hear the high-pitched sound of something cracking. And along with it, I feel the strands wall that we're leaning against tilting towards us. Crap. Over the panicked Yuka's shoulder, I can see segments of the thick pillars breaking up into small wood chips as they blow up in the air. The eaves sticking out from overhead are weightily looming over us. With our feet on the cliff, there's nowhere to run. Crap, what should I do? I hesitate for a moment. The ocean? Nah, from this side it'd be suicide. Right now, at the very least, Yuka alone should. With all of my strength, I kick off the ground and leap towards Yuka. What you doing? Do you just use a spear on Yuka? I'm so cold. My whole body has gone numb. I can't move. Strangely, there's no pain. All there is the taste of rusty iron in my mouth. All of my other senses are completely paralyzed. Suddenly, I am assaulted with severe nausea. I throw it all up. Blood. I threw so much blood that I could drown in it. The blood won't stop as it overflows in my mouth and guzzles down my throat. Seems I'm bleeding from other parts besides my mouth. My neck? Did I cut an artery in my neck? The blood begins to flow out of my relentlessly, like a faucet that has been left on full blast. My consciousness slowly begins to fade. I close my eyes partly and focus my faint, dim field of vision. Right in front of me lies Yuka. I could see her heavily dangling palm. On top of it is a small fragment of light. The bell. It's so painful. It hurts like hell. I'm writhing in agony from the pain that feels like it's clawing at my heart. But it's not physical pain. My heart. My heart feels like it's been gouged out by a sharp knife. I broke my vow. Even though I swore that I will definitely protect Yuka. I was too late. I was just an instant too late. If I hadn't hesitated in that one instant, I could have protected Yuka. Even so, I mustered the last of my strength to crawl like an insect over to Yuka's side. In my arms, I feel Yuka's skin is wet with slippery blood. Her cheeks are ghastly pale, almost transparent, as if she were a doll made of glass. Why? Her hoarse voice fills this empty void. Many tears pour down her face non-stop. Before long from Yuka's palm, the bell falls, and from the palm as well. The bell slips out and falls. In that moment, all light fades. So they went back in time now. Yep. Reverse the time. Zip. Ow, my eyes. Right, we're gonna wake up again in our cabin. There you go. As I wake up, I kick the covers off the bed with all my strength. Still half asleep, I blink and stare into space. It's a familiar ceiling. I realize I'm freezing, my body soaked with sweat all over. I take a deep breath and slowly exhale. The warm scent of wood goes through my nose and fills my head. It takes me 3 more breaths until... Huh? This is... the lodge. This is the lodge, isn't it? I quickly jump out of the bed. I stare at the center of the room and look around. There's no mistaking it. This is my bedroom. What's going on? Then the dream I had just now... That's wrong. That's wrong. What the hell am I saying? That wasn't a dream. There's no way in hell that was a dream. Suddenly I hear a sound as violent as a gunshot. I turn around and standing there I see... Hey, there she is. What's going on? Yuka. I try to speak, but the words won't seem to come out. Why? Yuka's right here. Her breathing is shallow as her shoulders start to tremble. Her hair is swaying. Her face is lively and damp with trails of sweat. Her soft lips, her small white teeth. Her red smooth tongue. What? Oh, what a detail. Whatever. Tears well up in the inner corners of her eyes. My heart feels like it's being tightly crushed. Yuka's alive. She's alive right here, right now. I run over and embrace Yuka closely. We tightly cling to each other as if we want to melt into each other and become one.
Makoto.
Yes, that is my name. Yuka's warmth begins to seep into my body. Our loud pounding heartbeats overlap. Her damp breath caressed my neck. Then did we, Yuka throws out these bewildered words. She still hasn't gotten a hold of herself. Yep, I'm the same way. When I tear Yuka's body off of me, I slowly raise my left hand. Yuka leans in close as we both look at my watch's face. Monday, 9:19 a.m. Somehow, it seems to be that way. In other words, Before I can finish talking, Yuka dives towards me. The impact knocks me back to the wall as I stagger on my feet. Even so, Yuka presses herself against me. She buries her face into my chest while crying. Her small back sways unsteadily as if she's heaving. Yes, that's definitely my name. Yuka continues to whisper this. It's as if she's trying to confirm that the me right before her eyes is real. It's alright. It's alright. I'm right here. Yuka's heaving with sobs. It's like she's a lost child who can only cry and cry over and over again. I bring Yuka's soft hair close to my lips. The tip of my nose brushes against her hair. Don't sniff her, you weirdo. That bewitching sweet scent captivates me. Oh, you asshole. I just said that. It's the scent of Yuka's life. Scent of Yuka's. An hour passes until Yuka stops sweeping her eyes out. Her tears have finally dried and her eyes are no longer red. She's completely regained her composure now. Those many tears were clearly the result of Yuka rinsing out her heart. Yuka, I have to confirm something with you. Do you also remember everything from before? Do you remember what happened to us? Yuka gives a nod. Then you didn't forget anything else before that, right? What happened in the past 6 days, that is. No, I remember it all.
泉さんの作ったパエリアの味。
The taste of Izumi-san's paella.
サキが高波にさらわれたこと。
Saki almost drowning at the pier.
はるかがクローンだって知った時の衝撃もよく覚えてる。
The shock I felt from learning Haruka was a clone.
くるみちゃんがいなくなってあの神社に探しに行って。
Kurumi's disappearance and then finding her at the shrine.
今思えばあの時から全ては始まってたのかも。
Now that I think about it, that might have been when all of this began.
あの時神社にさえ行かなければ。
If we hadn't gone to the shrine back then. That might be true. That's why back then when I tried to go back to the shrine, Yuka desperately tried to stop me.
それからあの夜のこともしっかりと覚えてるよ。
I also remember that night too.
誠と一緒に星空を眺めたあの夜。
When you and I looked at the starry sky that night, my heart beats very loudly at those words. That was the night I made that vow to protect you.
振り出しに戻っちゃったね。
Looks like we've gone back to the starting point.
でも本当にそうなのかな。
But I wonder, is that really true?
だってひょっとしたら誠の時計狂ってるかもしれないでしょ。
Well, perhaps your watch might be malfunctioning.
やっぱり腕時計だけじゃ断言はできないよ。
We can't be certain from the watch alone.
他にも確かめてみなくちゃ。
We've got to confirm it from other sources. Confirm what? Yuka walks briskly to the door and starts to grab the doorknob.
本当にタイムスリップしたのか。
If we really time traveled. Hold on. Yuka turns around. Don't tell me that you're planning to tell Haruka and Okuhiko everything.
まさか。
No way.
このことはまだ黙ってた方がいいと思うの。
I think it'd be best if we still kept this quiet.
だから誠も何事もなかったようにいつもの誠っぽく普通にしてて。
So pretend that nothing's happened and act like your usual self. Pretend that nothing's happened. Can I really do that?
とにかく今は確かめることが先決だよ。
Anyway, our first priority right now is to confirm the date.
話はその後でも遅くないでしょ。
Even if we talk afterwards, it won't be too late, right? With that, Yuka ventures out into the living room. I immediately follow after her.
おはよ
Morning. I am surprised by her tone. In a matter of seconds, she's gone from an extremely serious tone to an almost unimaginably cheerful tone. Pretend that nothing happened. Yuka's really trying her best to do so.
Yeah.
Hey. Okuhiko's greeting still sounds like a dictator looking down on his people.
ずいぶん遅いお目覚めだね。
You woke up really late, huh?
なんか今、二人とも同じ部屋から出てきたみたいだけど、気のせいかな。
Is it my imagination, or did the two of you just come out of the same room?
まさかひょっとして。
It can't be that you two were.
ってそんなわけないか。
Nah, there's no way it's like that. While laughing, he glares at me. Damn it, Okika's the same as always. He should have been on the Nobody would probably care if Okiko died. Okiko's sitting down next to Haruka on the sofa. There's about 20 inches between him and Haruka. It's the exact same scene from the first. It feels kinda strange. It feels like changing the TV channel during commercial break, only to find the same commercial playing on that other channel. It's a little creepy.
ねえ奥彦くん
Yuka speaks up.
今日何日だったっけ
What's today's date again?
おいおい、どうしちゃったんだよ、ゆうかちゃん。頭でも打ったの？
Hey, what's wrong, Yuka? Did you hit your head?
なんか最近物忘れがひどくって
Lately, I've been awfully forgetful.
物忘れってそういうレベルじゃないと思うけどな。
Forgetful, huh? I didn't think you were that ditzy. Okay, smiles as if it's saying, oh, brother.
しょうがないな。
Yeah, well.
おい、石原。このお嬢さんに教えてやってくれ。
Hey, Shara, do this young lady a favor and tell her. Huh? Tell her what?
何よって、今日の日付をだよ。
Today's date, obviously. This is bad. How should I answer? Save here. It's Monday, April 1st. It's Monday, April 1st. Isn't that obvious? Try to play dumb. It's a trifling bet, but I'm confident in it.
と、そういうわけだ。
Right, and that's how it is.
そうだよねそう
Yeah, of course, right.
何言っちゃってんだろうね私まだ寝ぼけてんのかな
What was I saying? I wonder if I'm still half asleep.
合宿初日の日付を忘れるなんて、本当に大丈夫か、ゆうかちゃん。
Forgetting the date on the first day of camp? Are you really alright, Yuka? Oh crap, this just confirms everything. Yuka freaks a laugh.
こりゃ先が思いやられるな。しっかりしてくれよ、班長さん。
I could tell it's going to be hard going. Hang in there, leader. Our guess was right after all. Today is Monday, April 1st. My watch was correct. Yuka suddenly shouts,
ちょっと誠
Come on, Makoto. She points at the terrace. Huh? Without giving me time to think, she suddenly grabs my hand and starts walking out to the terrace. What is it, Yuka? Is there something here?
いないよいるわけないでしょ
Of course not. Why would there be? Then why?
あの二人に聞かれたくなかったから
Because I don't want them to overhear us. Oh, so that was it.
もう鈍感だな
Jeez, you're so thick-headed. So, what should we do? We've confirmed that today is the first, but
うーん
wouldn't it be best to tell them everything after all?
それはダメだって
We can't. Why not?
今は時間がないから後で話すよ
There's no time right now. I'll tell you later.
あまりここにいると怪しまれるから
If we spend too much time here, they may get suspicious of us.
とりあえず誠はさっきみたいな感じでいつも通りにしてて
For now, can you act like you usually do? Like you did just now? But
いいから私の言う通りにして
it's fine. Just do as I say.
とにかくいつも通りにいいわかった
Anyway, act normal, okay? Do you understand? You guys got back inside without listening to my answer. Well, for the time being, I'll just do what Yuka says.
テラスに何かいたのかい？
Was there something on the terrace?
ウグイスがね手すりのとこに止まってたから
Yeah, a bush warbler. It was perched on the railing. Yuka tells a quick lie.
へえ、ウグイスか。なんだか季節を感じさせるね。
Ooh, a bush warbler. Really makes you feel that it's really the start of spring, huh?
あそうだ
That's right.
ところでみんな朝ごはんまだでしょ
Guys, you haven't had breakfast yet, right?
ああ、そういえばさっきからお腹がグーグー言ってるよ。
Yeah, now that you mention it, my stomach's been growling for a while.
じゃあ私が腕によりをかけて作ってあげちゃおっかな
Well, then I'll start making something now. What?
何か かご不満でも？
What? Is there something wrong? You're damn right there is. I can't let you do that.
なんでよ。
Why? I don't need to tell you.
理由になってないよ。
What's your reason? The reason doesn't matter. In the first place, why do you plan on making it? In the first place, what do you plan on making?
確か冷蔵庫に卵とトマトとコンビーフ、
Well, in the fridge, there's eggs, tomatoes, corned beef,
納豆、なめたけ、マヨネーズ、
fermented soybeans, enoki mushrooms, mayonnaise,
チョコとアイスとマスカットゼリーがあったはずだから、
chocolate, ice cream, muscat jelly. So,
それを全部ミキサーにかけてフライパンで焼こうかなとか思ってるんだけど。
I'll put it all in the mixer and cook it in a frying pan. What do you think?
僕は悪いけどパスするよ。
Sorry, but I'll pass.
あ、私も。
Me too. See what I mean?
なんでよ。絶対美味しいってば。
Why? It'll definitely taste good.
だったらそれにトーストもつけるから。
Fine, then I'll add some toast to it. Somehow the three of us managed to convince her to give up. After that, we washed our faces, brushed our teeth, and changed our clothes. Okiko turns on the TV in the corner of the room. The image I'm seeing from the cathode ray tubes is the familiar one. It's the image of a small stream flowing. Okiko quickly changes the channel. This time, an image of a cooking show appears. In the upper right-hand corner of the screen is the title logo, A Healthy Utopia. Okiko changes the channel again, but all we see is the river from earlier.
どうやらここローカル放送しか見れないらしいね。
Seems like all they got is this local broadcasting crap. Okiko changes the channel back to A Healthy Utopia.
ご飯どうするの？
What should we do about food? The cooking on screen only doubles Haruka's hunger. Oh crap. Sorry to rain hard, but then again, this is the perfect time to end it. So this is number 7, the end of infinity. So the time traveling thing is confirmed. Oh crap, what do we do now? What do we do? If you want to try it again for yourself, the links are in the description. That is all for today. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. God damn it, this story is so good, man. But then again, time travel is always an interesting concept. But if you make it, sometimes people will see things like, hey, this doesn't make any sense because time travel. Yeah, writing a time travel story is not all easy. But then again, writing any story isn't easy. What am I talking about? Goodbye.